friends, welcome to today's edition of Bible Chat and Clean. Today we're reorganizing the pantry, and I just wanted to say hello to everyone who's been following and watching my videos. I really appreciate you guys. I always say it, but I definitely mean it. And today, as I was deciding to do the pantry, I had a number of things cross my mind, and one of them was just how hard it is to maintain a home and how difficult it is at times to keep up with all the things that we have to do. So I know I've been getting some feedback from people who'll be like, oh, it seems so overwhelming managing a home and just taking care of it every day, especially if you do not have any help. But I just wanted to encourage you to know that there are people who are just naturally organized or naturally talented when it comes to taking care of the home. The same way we have people who are good athletes or people who are good with numbers, even though they're not accountants, or people who are good at makeup, people who are good at fixing cars and yet they're not mechanics. There are certain things that people just have, that they just have. So don't really pull yourself down when you feel that you are struggling to accomplish tasks or you feel overwhelmed. It's normal and very natural and very okay to be overwhelmed. It's part of life because we're human. So don't go around beating yourself up like, oh my gosh, I can't keep up with it. I'll aspire to do it and do little by little. Don't take up large tasks like I did right right here in the pantry. You know what? I really don't mind tidying up. I have no problem in cleaning. I have no problem in organizing. I have the energy. I have energy for years in a day. But the thing is, at times when you do a task, you ask yourself, why on earth, why was I deciding to take up such a task? You start thinking to yourself in the middle of it, like, what on earth was going through my mind when I decided to reorganize the pantry? Like, really, what was wrong with the way it was before? Before it was a mess, guys. Not a mess. I really always try and keep things organized, but let me tell you something. I decided to reorganize it because I felt like, you know what? I want my pantry to stay in a certain way all the time. And I live with people, and usually, my husband's not a problem when it comes. He'll put things back. But other people who we live with, they don't put things back, and they randomly take what they shouldn't be taking or take a little bit too much. So I had to be creative. And as you watch the video, you'll see how I started to be creative. Number one is you try and put things out of the reach of the little people so that they're not getting into just taking stuff. Before you know it, what you had budgeted for is not lasting as long as it should. So you kind of really have to think through, how am I going to be creative in this new thing that I want to introduce into my family? But you still need the plan B because they still need their snacks. And I really wouldn't want them to always like, mommy, mommy. So I figured that I'll have a little container basket where I'll put their snacks for the day. So they're just in their reach. And if you decide to finish everything in one go, that's on you. Because that's also how I'd love them to learn how to be disciplined. But as I was thinking about this, keeping up with a pantry can really be challenging, especially, for the women with busy schedules. But I really wanted to inspire you using scripture on how you can try to stay up with a tidy pantry or space, and just think about it as a way of glorifying God. And if you have a pantry that is organized, you'll be able to see what you really have, and you won't just randomly, do I have sugar? I don't know. Okay, let me just get sugar. Is there enough oil? I don't know. You try to call someone. There's no one answering the phone. For you to find out at home is the oil. So just having it visual, like, where you're able to scan and see every single thing so that you're able to know what you're running low on is a good thing. And also to try and not to over purchase stuff. I think that it's good to just know that there are certain things that you can have a lot of, like paper towel, toilet paper, cooking oil, salt, sugar, rice, those basics. But things like candy or chocolates and, I don't think you need a whole store of that in your pantry. So trying to also learn to limit the number of um, produce we have or number of products we have, snacks, is a good thing, to just stay within our limits. And I thought of these two scriptures. One is Philippians 4 verse 6. Maybe you're familiar with it. That says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Now, if you feel overwhelmed by the task of organizing your pantry or organizing any space, remember to bring your concerns to the Lord in prayer. He is always ready to provide us with the wisdom and the strength that we need. It may seem like, why would I do that? But our God is our Father, and we are able to have a relationship that is, likened to the one that you have with your earthly father, where you can say random stuff. You can talk about, oh, my car broke down. Or you can talk about, oh, how hard it is at work. Just the random conversations you can have with someone is the same with God. You can present that to him. He's our Father, and he's concerned about every aspect of our lives. So if we can understand that there's no limit to what we can talk to God about, tell him, Lord, it's my desire to live in an organized home, to have an organized pantry. And you can list the reasons why you want that. And then you begin to ask him to help you, to grant you wisdom, to grant you ideas, to give you the ability to see how you're able to see the task through. You present your prayer unto the Lord. He's allowing us to do that in his word. And also Psalms 24 verse 1, that tells us the earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. So this verse, our homes, they're also the Lord. Our pantries, they belong to God. So keeping them organized and well maintained, we are demonstrating our gratitude and our respect for the blessings that God has given to us. So it's not just a practical task, but it's also a spiritual one. By taking inspiration from these verses, you can create a pantry that reflects your faith and honors God. So just get to the work, roll up your sleeves and begin to do whatever task it is that you need to do. And let's do our pantries this week and play your gospel music and put on your outfit for the day and begin to do whatever task that you need to do. And once your pantry is organized, you'll feel good. Like, just look at how mine is looking. My gosh. It feels so nice to have it finally. You see what I said? I put all their goodies right up on top where they can't reach them, because I'm trying to make life easier for myself and for them, because I'll keep on telling them, come and pick up, and no one wants that. So, just having things that are easy for everyone is a plus. So don't beat yourself about to say that, oh, my house is never organized. Oh, I cannot keep up with it. Start small. Don't do these big tasks and you'll be discouraged for days, for weeks. You'll never ever try a task again. So start small. Start with a small space. Just be creative and think about why you're desiring to have what it is that you're trying to accomplish. That will really help you. And also avoid going to the store unnecessarily. Just have your notebook, have your pen with you whenever you're in the pantry. You can keep it in the pantry. I think I'll do that. And when something is low, you can just write it down. And then the week or the day of the week that you go to the store, pick it up and go to the store and buy what you need, not what you want. So friends, let's get to do the work. I like this shelf, whatever, I don't know what you call it, that I put there. It's very sturdy And I think I would like to keep it as empty as it is. Because another thing that deceives us is when we have a lot of space, we want to fill that space up. But if we start to get comfortable with knowing that you don't have to fill every space up. So thank you for watching, my dear friends. Have a good day.